Today I am going to discuss the topic general problems in the development of forest and forest based economy of any country, right? And in this we will discuss what are the problems related to the development of forest. Firstly, how the forests are developed, or what are the pattern of their distribution or distribution of species also, right? Then it will the second part will cover about the related problems for development of forest based economy, right? Here we start with the factors those are responsible for development and distribution of forest or rather species in the scenario of world, right? And there are several factors or problems those affect the development of forest and economy of any country. These are sometimes affected directly or sometimes indirectly also, or some of them are categorized herein. And number one of them is climatic factors, and for the distribution and development of forest, climate plays a very great role in the development and distribution of forest all over the world, right? Therefore, locally adaptable species dominate the particular localities, and on the basis of this perception, some facts are listed herein, and it is uneconomic to establish a resin factory in the locality or country having no coniferous vegetation, as I have mentioned in earlier chapters also, okay? And it is not economical to establish resin factory in Sahara deserts or drier areas, okay, where the coniferous vegetation is absent totally, okay? Because it will be not economic to have raw material from far away places, and then what will be the production cost and final sale cost of that produce actually, okay? And thus it is feasible to have such type of organization in the vicinity of the raw resources of that produce, right? To fulfill the requirement of pulp and paper, plywood, timber and various other raw materials, number of nations are totally dependent on other countries also, right? Which definitely need a big amount of funds, as earlier in Australia, as it is dominated by eucalyptus and populus only. For pulp and paper purpose, the conifer like pines, tropical pines are introduced in that country, but before introduction of these species, earlier the raw material was brought from various Baltic countries only, you know? And in China also, when in earlier ages there were no resources, then raw material was brought from other countries only, and that need really a very big amount of funds, and that will definitely affect the country's economy also, right? Localities or countries having majority of tropical forest may fulfill their demand of softwood only through import, right? And which is costly and impossible for poor nations. As we know, if we are having broad-leaved species in majority, then our coniferous resources will be fulfilled from other countries, and that is quite tough job for the poor nation or developing country, right? And climate plays its role in the distribution of forest and development of forest in these aspects, as light, temperature, wind, precipitation, topographic factors, and these result in the formation of diverse vegetation pattern all over the world, as following. As we know, tundra region is there, and these are characterized by presence of snow around the year and coniferous vegetation, okay? Here we can't go for the tropical or broad-leaved based species industries, right? Then coastal regions are there, and these having the majority of Areca family and some other related plants, okay? Then we have savanna vegetation. There are scattered trees vegetation with grassland, and these are mostly found in Africa, right? Then we have desert. These are some major specification actually. These are biomes type also in the world, and these may be cold or hot with less dense and specific type of vegetation, right? And this is as per the climatic condition, the distribution of vegetation all over the world, right? Next factor, we have biological factors, and these include birds, animals, human beings, and are more or less responsible for distribution of vegetation or forest all over the world. As birds are responsible for seed dispersal, animals are also for the same, and human beings are all over responsible for all the activities in the world related to forest or any other thing that exists in the world. Even if the human beings are reached on Mars or any other planet, then we think that how the humans are influencing for all the things, right? And the forest distribution or forest development is one of them, right? Then we have third factor, that is socioeconomic factor, and the involvement of local communities for the cause of forest distribution or forest development. As we know, awareness among the people regarding forest and their development must be done as per the social causes, and sacred groups are one of them, and these are the example of social part of the society, and interest of people towards forest, or awareness or non-awareness among the people about the importance of forest, that will show the interest of people whether they are aware or not aware about the facts or problems of the forest, right? Then next factor, we have the existence of tongia or shifting cultivation, that this practice is most common in northeast part of India and some other parts also, and as we know, it is quite harmful for the health of forest, and nowadays it is quite stopped and replaced by several other means of utilization of forest resources, as in the sustainable means only, right? Peoples can also be involved in the plantation, protection and management of forest, and the present situation of degradation of forest is alarming due to ignorance and the lack of awareness among the people about the multiple uses of forests for the survival of humanity. Okay. However, human beings are educated, but even after that they are not aware about the importance of forest, only besides the timber or pulp, paper or various other resources. As we know, they have their major role is the protective in nature. Okay. It will protect from floods, it will protect from harmful gases or greenhouse effects. Okay. Sometimes strategic also, but peoples are unaware or don't want to aware about these things actually. This is quite well known fact among the human beings, and it will also be helpful in decreasing over exploitation and illegal harvesting of natural resources of forest origin, which leads to the loss of forest based industries in terms of raw material as well as national economy. And if we are thinking that if the forests are banned for all these activities, then what will happen? Our industries will be in loss or stopped. Okay, but the alternative is to grow these all things in on your farms only also. Okay, as agroforestry, as a part of social forestry. Okay, And in addition to the above mentioned facts, there may be so many other problems regarding the development of wood-based industries in developed and developing countries. Okay, and these are next discussed in the upcoming slides, right? And next we have fourth factor or effect, or that is technical factor, right? Availability or non-availability of new or improved techniques for seed collection, nursery development, plantation, proper management of forest, sustainable utilization of forest or natural resources. Okay, and if all the things are there, know-hows are there, then all the things will run smoothly. Okay, and it will be beneficial for human kinds without damaging the forest wealth. Lack of new machines, further these things are here. Devices, industries for pulp, paper, plywood, timber, charcoal, lac, resin, silk, etc. Would definitely push back some countries where the things are not available. Okay, our large capital investments are required for the installation of new improved machines or devices also, right? And it is quite tough job for the poor nations, right? Non-awareness of new inventions regarding forestry sector, like advances in research, new hybrids or varieties, and that will definitely push us backward in this sector, right? Then we have next factor, that is transportation facilities, and if the approach road or forest roads are there, or highways are there, then all the raw materials or plantation materials or helping team or various other things could be reached in time to the needful places. If forest fire is there and roads are also there, then the protection or that fire extinguishing team will reach in time to the forest or needful places. And if the materials are harvested once, then they should be reached to the destination in right time, as the forest resources are perishable, being biological in nature or biological in origin. That's why the good transport facilities should always be there to have optimum use of all the resources, whether for humankind's from forests or whether from humankind's to the forest, right? Like vice versa. In all the conditions we must need the transport facilities. And here we know the countries having poor transport facilities or poor road conditions or poor road networks faces great difficulties in forest and in industrial development, right? In this situation, it is quite difficult to transport planting material to needful localities, right? Raw material to the industrial site, and moreover their finished products cannot reach the market easily without the connectivity. Thus, in this way, transport facilities will create problem in industrial or economic development of any country, right? Next, we have availability of resources, and availability of the resources like land, manpower, capital are considered among the important factors for the industrial or economic development of any nation. Okay, if we do not have resources like land or manpower or funds, then how it could be possible to create forest or to transport material from one to another place, or to have all the activities without these things, right? Countries having vast land area and good economic status can flourish their forest wealth, okay, and provide sufficient raw material for their forest based industries. In this way, their economic status would definitely improve. But on the other hand, the countries those are having very less land area and poor economic conditions will definitely do not able to do all the things, right? Almost all the countries utilizing about 50%, as mentioned in earlier topics, of their forest resources for economic progress. The countries having large forest area are said to be economically stable as compared to the countries those are having less or no forested areas, right? Then we have next factor, that is availability of skilled labor, or in case of new improved techniques and machines for forest industries, those are introduced time to time, but still there may be poor industrial development due to unavailability of skilled personnel, those who are able to use the new devices or improved techniques, right? So prior knowledge of the application of new improved techniques and proper handling of new inventions should be known to the laborers also, right? Thus unavailability of skilled labor also create problem in the development of forest based industries or economy of that particular country. Then we have next factor, that is lack of extension services and role of government or non-government organizations, right? If we are unaware about the new devices or techniques at our area, then how would we able to use them? Or if and it is also must be knowledge distribution system, that the particular variety is in existence or particular machine is in existence, particular fertilizer is useful for development of particular species for particular area. If these informations are coming or distributed to the public, relate or interested public time to time, then definitely it will helpful for the development of forest as well as forest based industries and economy of any country, right? Lack of extension services and role of government and non-government organizations may greatly influence the development of forest besides their importance. Okay, over exploitation of forest resources leads to big reduce in raw material of forest based industries for future, right? The existing permissions system in forest area like Tongya, shifting, zoom, cultivation, etc. also directly or indirectly creates problem, right? And after creating awareness among the people through these extension activities, it could be stopped or it could be neutralized, or it could be liquefied for future purposes for sustainable towards the sustainability of forest wealth, right? For all these reasons as discussed herein, extension program at central government, state government, developmental blocks or even village level should be initiated and encouraged, right? Moreover, NGOs can prove great help in this regard, right? Though through these extension programs, right? Knowledge should priorly extended to laborers for the application of new techniques and proper handling of machines. New inventions in forestry sector like research, hybrid varieties, fast growing tree species for particular areas should be introduced to the local communities through these extension programs, right? And this will quite helpful for the local people to use particular variety in their areas. If we are unaware about the insect or disease problem for our local forest or local area, then it should also be circulated among the communities about what insecticide or which fungicide is helpful for eradication of that particular problem. Then it will be definitely helpful for the development of forest as well as to create the resources for future also. And this was a brief account of the general problems. Those are related to the development of forest, distribution of forest as well as the economy that is based on forest resources, right? Hope it was helpful for preparation of your notes for exam purposes. Thank you.